Good morning. My name is Isabella. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My full name is David Anderson.
Thank you. Can I see your identification, please?
Yes, of course. Here it is.
Thank you. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about travel and holidays. Do you enjoy traveling?
Yes, absolutely. I'm passionate about traveling. I find it incredibly enriching to experience different cultures and meet new people. Traveling broadens my perspective and helps me understand the world better.
I'm passionate about traveling. Repeat after me. I'm passionate about traveling.
Great.
How often do you travel?
I try to travel at least 3 or 4 times a year. Usually, I take one big international trip and a few shorter domestic trips. It depends on my work schedule and budget, but I always make travel a priority in my life.
I make travel a priority. Repeat after me. I make travel a priority.
Perfect.
What kind of places do you prefer to visit?
I'm drawn to places with rich history and vibrant culture. I particularly enjoy cities that blend traditional and modern elements, places like Istanbul, Barcelona, or Tokyo. However, I also appreciate natural destinations like national parks, where I can disconnect from technology and reconnect with nature.
I'm drawn to places with rich history. Repeat after me. I'm drawn to places with rich history.
Excellent.
Do you prefer traveling alone or with others?
It depends on the purpose of the trip. When I travel alone, I have more flexibility and can follow my own pace, which allows for spontaneous discoveries. However, traveling with friends or family creates shared memories and makes experiences more meaningful. Each style has its advantages.
Each style has its advantages. Repeat after me. Each style has its advantages.
Nice.
Have you traveled abroad recently?
Yes, actually. Last summer, I visited Portugal. I spent 2 weeks exploring Lisbon and Porto. The architecture was stunning, the food was incredible, and the Portuguese people were remarkably welcoming. It was one of my most memorable trips.
It was one of my most memorable trips. Repeat after me. It was one of my most memorable trips.
Great.
What do you usually do when you visit a new place?
I like to immerse myself in the local culture. I typically take walking tours to get oriented, then explore local markets and try authentic cuisine. I also make an effort to learn basic phrases in the local language. It shows respect and helps with connections. I avoid tourist traps and seek out experiences that locals recommend.
I immerse myself in local culture. Repeat after me. I immerse myself in local culture.
Perfect.
Now, I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a journey you made that was affected by bad weather. You should say where you were traveling to, what happened with the weather, how you dealt with the situation, and explain how this experience affected you.
Okay, let me think for a moment.
All right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Yes, certainly. I'd like to talk about a challenging journey I experienced 2 years ago when I traveled to Iceland in March. I had planned this trip meticulously for months, dreaming about seeing the northern lights and exploring Iceland's dramatic landscapes. The weather situation began deteriorating shortly after I landed in Reykjavik. What started as light snow quickly escalated into a severe winter storm that meteorologists called the worst in decades. The Icelandic authorities issued red weather warnings, which meant that all non-essential travel was strongly discouraged and many roads were completely closed. Initially, I felt frustrated because I had ambitious plans to drive the Golden Circle route and visit remote locations. However, I quickly realized I needed to adopt my expectations and prioritize safety. The storm brought hurricane-force winds, heavy snowfall, and near-zero visibility. My rental car was basically trapped at the hotel parking lot. To deal with the situation, I completely restructured my itinerary. Instead of fighting the weather, I embraced the unexpected circumstances. I spent more time exploring Reykjavik itself, which turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I visited excellent museums, tried incredible Icelandic cuisine in cozy restaurants, attended a fascinating lecture about volcanic geology, and spent evenings in geothermal pools while snow fell around me. I also connected with other stranded travelers at my guest house. We formed a small group and organized indoor activities, cooking traditional Icelandic dishes together, sharing travel stories, and even learning basic Icelandic phrases from a local woman who worked at the hotel. What made this experience particularly memorable was witnessing the storm's raw power from safety. Standing behind reinforced windows, watching the wind bend trees and create horizontal snow gave me tremendous respect for nature's force and Iceland's resilience as a nation that routinely faces such extreme conditions. This experience profoundly affected my approach to travel. It taught me that flexibility is perhaps the most important skill a traveler can possess. The perfect trip I had imagined on paper would have been far less meaningful than the authentic experience I actually had. I learned that obstacles often create the most memorable stories, and unexpected situations can lead to the most genuine cultural immersion. Moreover, the experience made me a more patient and adaptable person generally. When things don't go according to plan now, whether in travel or daily life, I'm much better at finding opportunities within challenges rather than simply feeling disappointed. If I'm honest, that weather-disrupted trip to Iceland remains one of my favorite travel memories, not despite the storm, but partly because of it.
Thank you. Did you ever feel scared during the storm?
Initially, yes, especially when I heard the wind howling at night. However, the Icelandic people were so calm and prepared that their composure was reassuring. They're accustomed to extreme weather, and seeing their matter-of-fact attitude helped me put things in perspective.
Seeing their attitude helped me. Repeat after me. Seeing their attitude helped me.
Great.
Would you return to Iceland?
Absolutely. In fact, I'm already planning another trip, this time in summer. I want to see the country under completely different conditions and finally complete that Golden Circle drive I missed.
I'm already planning another trip. Repeat after me. I'm already planning another trip.
Perfect.
We've been talking about a journey affected by weather, and I'd like to discuss with you one or two more general questions related to travel and tourism. Let's consider, first of all, the impact of tourism. How has tourism changed in recent decades?
Tourism has undergone dramatic transformation over the past few decades, primarily driven by two factors: affordability and technology. Budget airlines and competitive pricing have democratized international travel, making it accessible to middle-class families rather than just the wealthy elite. This has led to an explosion in tourist numbers globally. Technology has revolutionized how we plan, experience, and share travel. Online booking platforms eliminated travel agents for most people. Social media, particularly Instagram, has influenced destination choices significantly. People often visit places because they saw compelling images online rather than through traditional research. However, this accessibility has created new challenges. Popular destinations face over-tourism, where excessive visitor numbers damage local infrastructure, environment, and quality of life for residents. Cities like Venice, Barcelona, and Amsterdam have implemented restrictions to manage tourist flows.
Social media has influenced destination choices. Repeat after me. Social media has influenced destination choices.
Excellent.
Do you think tourism benefits or harms local communities?
It's genuinely complex. Tourism can do both simultaneously, depending entirely on how it's managed. On the positive side, tourism creates employment opportunities, stimulates local economies, and can help preserve cultural traditions and historical sites by making them economically valuable. Revenue from tourism often funds conservation efforts and infrastructure improvements that benefit both visitors and locals. However, unmanaged tourism can be destructive. It can drive up property prices, displacing local residents who can no longer afford to live in their own neighborhoods. It can lead to cultural commodification, where authentic traditions are reduced to performances for tourists. Environmental degradation is another serious concern. Coral reefs, hiking trails, and natural habitats suffer from excessive foot traffic. The key lies in sustainable tourism practices. Communities need to maintain control over tourism development, ensuring benefits are distributed fairly. Regulations like visitor quotas, seasonal restrictions, and mandatory environmental fees can help balance economic benefits with cultural and environmental preservation.
The key lies in sustainable practices. Repeat after me. The key lies in sustainable practices.
Great.
Do you think people are traveling more than previous generations?
Several interconnected factors explain this trend. Economically, increased disposable income in many countries means more people can afford travel. Globalization has created an internationalized workforce, with many people traveling for work and then adding leisure time. Culturally, there's been a shift in values, particularly among younger generations who prioritize experiences over material possessions. Travel is seen as personal development and education rather than mere luxury. Social media has amplified this by making travel aspirational. Seeing peers' travel experiences creates desire to travel oneself. Practically, the process has become easier. Visa requirements have relaxed in many regions, language barriers have diminished due to English's spread and translation technology. Information accessibility through the internet makes independent travel planning feasible for almost anyone. Additionally, there's growing awareness that the world is changing due to climate change and development. This creates urgency, a sense that certain destinations should be visited now before they transform or disappear.
Tourism is seen as personal development. Repeat after me. Tourism is seen as personal development.
Perfect.
How might tourism change in the future?
I anticipate several significant shifts. Environmental concerns will likely reshape tourism fundamentally. We'll probably see carbon taxes on flights, stricter regulations on cruise ships, and greater emphasis on slow travel in local destinations to reduce carbon footprints. Virtual reality might allow people to experience destinations without physical travel, though I doubt it will fully replace the desire for authentic experiences. Technology will continue transforming the experience. Artificial intelligence could provide highly personalized itineraries. Augmented reality might overlay historical information onto physical sites, enhancing educational value. I expect growing differentiation between mass tourism and experiential travel. While package holidays to established resorts will continue, there will be increasing demand for authentic, meaningful experiences, volunteering opportunities, cultural immersion, or skill learning vacations. Space tourism, currently exclusive to billionaires, might become more accessible, though probably not to average travelers within the next few decades. Health concerns, highlighted by recent global events, will influence tourism permanently. Destinations will need to demonstrate robust health infrastructure and crisis management capabilities to attract visitors.
Technology will transform the experience. Repeat after me. Technology will transform the experience.
Excellent.
What responsibilities did tourists have when they visit other countries?
Tourists bear significant ethical responsibilities. Fundamentally, they should approach travel with respect and humility, recognizing their guests in someone else's home. Culturally, tourists should educate themselves about local customs, dress codes, and social norms before arriving. This shows respect and prevents offensive behavior. Learning basic phrases in the local language, even just hello, thank you, and excuse me, demonstrates effort and goodwill that locals typically appreciate. Economically, tourists should support local businesses rather than international chains when possible. Buying from local craftspeople, eating at family-owned restaurants, and using local guides ensures money benefits the community directly rather than flowing to overseas corporations. Environmentally, tourists must minimize their impact. This means respecting natural sites, following designated paths, disposing of waste properly, and avoiding activities that harm wildlife or ecosystems. The principle should be leave no trace, departing without evidence of your presence. Socially, tourists should avoid contributing to exploitation. This includes being cautious about orphanage tourism, animal entertainment, or any situation that might involve human trafficking or abuse. If something seems exploitative, it probably is. Finally, tourists should remember that local people aren't part of the attraction. Taking photos of individuals without permission is disrespectful, regardless of how exotic or authentic they might seem.
They should approach travel with respect. Repeat after me. They should approach travel with respect.
Beautiful.
Should governments restrict the number of tourists visiting popular destinations?
This is contentious, but I believe in certain circumstances, restrictions are not just justified, but necessary. When tourist numbers threaten to permanently damage fragile ecosystems or historical sites, protection should take precedence over unlimited access. Places like Machu Picchu, the Galapagos Islands, or Angkor Wat are irreplaceable. Once destroyed, they're gone forever. However, restrictions must be implemented thoughtfully. Simply raising prices creates an elitist system where only wealthy people can visit, which seems fundamentally unfair. Better approaches might include booking systems that spread visitors throughout the year, timed entry tickets, mandatory guided tours that control behavior, or rotation systems where certain areas close periodically for recovery. Restrictions should come with compensation for local communities who depend on tourism income. Governments implementing quotas must provide alternative economic opportunities or ensure limited tourist numbers generate sufficient revenue through premium pricing that's then distributed fairly. There's also an argument for redirecting tourists to less visited alternatives. Many countries have numerous worthwhile destinations, but marketing focuses on a few icons, creating unsustainable concentration. Better promotion of secondary attractions could distribute tourists more evenly. Ultimately, the goal should be preserving these places for future generations. Current visitors don't have the right to destroy sites through sheer numbers, denying future people the same opportunities.
Protection should take precedence. Repeat after me. Protection should take precedence.
Great.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.
Excellent work, David. Now, listeners, let's analyze what made David's responses band 7 to 8 level.
Thanks, Isabella. I tried to demonstrate key IELTS speaking strategies specific to travel topics.
Let's break down the travel vocabulary David used. In part 1, he said, "I'm passionate about traveling," and "I make travel a priority."
These phrases show strong personal connection rather than just saying, I like travel.
I'm passionate about traveling. Repeat after me. I'm passionate about traveling.
Perfect.
David also used, "I'm drawn to places with rich history." This is sophisticated vocabulary.
Drawn to means strongly attracted to. It's more advanced than I like.
I'm drawn to historical places. Repeat after me. I'm drawn to historical places.
Excellent.
In part 3, David's story used excellent descriptive language. Deteriorating weather escalated into severe storm, near zero visibility.
Weather vocabulary is crucial for travel topics. Other useful terms are torrential rain, scorching heat, mild climate, unpredictable conditions.
The weather was unpredictable. Repeat after me. The weather was unpredictable.
Great.
David said blessing in disguise, an idiom meaning something bad that turns out good.
Idioms boost your score. Other travel idioms, off the beaten path, culture shock, hit the road, jet lag.
It was off the beaten path. Repeat after me. It was off the beaten path.
Nice.
David also used academic language. Tourism has been democratized. Cultural commodification. Sustainable practices.
Part 3 requires abstract thinking and sophisticated vocabulary to discuss tourism's societal impact.
Tourism has been democratized. Repeat after me. Tourism has been democratized.
Perfect.
Key travel phrases for IELTS. Immerse yourself in local culture, tourist trap, and authentic experience.
I always seek authentic experiences. Repeat after me. I always seek authentic experiences. Excellent.
Now, let's give listeners specific tips for the travel and tourism topic.
Great. First tip, prepare personal travel stories in advance.
Have 3 to 4 travel memories ready to adapt to different cue cards.
Exactly. My Iceland story could answer bad weather, unexpected experience, problem solving, memorable trip.
One story, multiple uses. Repeat after me. One story, multiple uses.
Perfect.
Second tip, learn destination-specific vocabulary. Don't just say, nice beach.
Say pristine coastline, turquoise waters, secluded cove, bustling harbor.
Say pristine coastline. Repeat after me. Say pristine coastline.
Excellent.
Third tip, show cultural awareness. Discuss tourism's impact, not just personal enjoyment.
In Part 3, examiners want to hear you consider over-tourism, sustainability, and local communities.
Consider local communities. Repeat after me. Consider local communities.
Great.
Fourth tip, use comparison language. Unlike my previous trips, compared to other destinations.
Compared to other destinations. Repeat after me. Compared to other destinations.
Nice.
Fifth tip, include sensory details. Describe what you saw, heard, smelled, tasted, felt.
The aroma of street food filled the air. The ancient stones felt rough under my fingers.
The aroma filled the air. Repeat after me. The aroma filled the air.
Beautiful.
Sixth tip, express future intentions. I plan to return. I'd love to explore.
I plan to return soon. Repeat after me. I plan to return soon.
Perfect.
Remember, travel topics let you be creative and personal.
Use real experiences. Authentic stories sound more natural than memorized scripts.
Authentic stories sound natural. Repeat after me. Authentic stories sound natural.
Excellent.
Common travel topic questions: favorite destination, travel with family or friends, domestic versus international, travel memories.
Practice answering these. Record yourself. Listen for fluency and vocabulary range.
Practice and record yourself. Repeat after me. Practice and record yourself.
Great.
Final tip: stay calm. Travel is a comfortable topic. Everyone has travel experiences or dreams.
Even if you haven't traveled much, you can discuss dream destinations or local exploration.
Discuss dream destinations. Repeat after me. Discuss dream destinations.
Perfect.
Thank you for joining us for this IELTS speaking simulation on travel and tourism.
We hope seeing a complete exam helped you understand what to expect.
Remember, travel is one of the most enjoyable IELTS topics.
Use it to showcase your English naturally.
Prepare your stories, practice your vocabulary.
Most importantly, believe in yourself.
You can achieve your target band score.
Good luck with your IELTS exam.
Safe travels in your English learning journey.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Keep practicing.